Welcome to our first video landlord update. It's the first one we've done by video, so I apologise if it's a bit awkward. My name is Andy Webb and I'm the owner and director of ARW Property Solutions. I've got a really good team of experienced staff that look after your properties. Zach handles property management and lettings, Chrissy does marketing, lettings and media, and Trisha does a vital role in compliance and accounts. Drew heads up our maintenance team consisting of Miguel, George and our contractors who take care of your properties. Sadly, Zach is leaving us this month as he is off travelling for a year around Southern Asia, but we're now recruiting for his successor. 2025 marks our 20th year of property management, and the market has been through many ups and downs, so I thought I would share some information with you about this. Chrissy will give you some information on the industry changes that are on the horizon, and I will finish up with a view of the current market. When I first made the step into property 20 years ago, the UK was riding a huge property boom with easy to acquire rental houses, minimal red tape and property prices rising fast. Everyone was getting in on the act, and this caused problems with inexperienced landlords creating an oversupply of poor quality rental houses. Many of the houses we purchased in the earlier years have now more than doubled in value. We're mindful to invest back a portion of our profits to always improve their standard and keep them desirable. Back in 2005, student rental prices were £50 per week per student. Fast forward 20 years and we now rent the same rooms out for £150 a week. We specialise in student property, but we also help landlords in the professional and family market as well, with managed houses and apartments across South Liverpool and the city centre. Since becoming a landlord, we've had to ride out the market collapse and credit crunch in 2007 and the financial crisis of 2008. We've adapted through changes in government, COVID, the Ukraine-Russia war, the high energy prices of 2022, as well as government policy and budgets causing the cost of living crisis more recently. Every time the property market receives a shock, it bounces back stronger than before and house prices continue to rise. When I started in property, we barely had 2 pennies to rub together. It made us work harder, smarter, and helping landlords develop their portfolios was our niche, which we still do today. With our experience, we know we can adapt to future changes and support you as landlords.
Industry changes in 2026, the Renters' Rights Act. This was due to be introduced in 2025, however, we now see it looking like it's coming in 2026. However, the date of introduction has not yet been confirmed. We'll see multiple changes in legislation, but as it is not yet finalised, we cannot be clear how this will affect the lettings market. For now, we know there are 2 major items that are going to affect us, which is the end of Section 21 notices, which is a no-fault eviction, and the end of fixed-term tenancies. So, what does this mean in reality? What will happen? The Act will still give us the ability to serve notice on student properties, which means they can stay inside the normal student cycle. Without fixed-term tenancies, this does mean that students can give notice before the end of their tenancy in June. As the Act does not come into force until early next year, we don't anticipate this to be a problem with the current tenants. Looking ahead into the academic year 26-27, will the students be able to leave early if they give the correct notice? Yes, they can, and that may happen, but we don't think it will be commonplace as student timetables and commitments vary greatly from house to house. If we find that houses are empty for longer periods than we are currently used to, we'll mitigate the shortfalls in gross income with rent reviews and increases each year. We speak to other agencies and legal representatives, and as a company, we are attending seminars that we are in the best position to advise our landlords. As property experts, we are used to handling changing circumstances and unexpected challenges, so the message is to you that your property is safe in our hands.
Current market conditions. The number of professional and family rental properties available to tenants has been reducing over the years as new landlords are not being enticed to the market as they were in previous decades. Landlord licensing is enforced to weed out the poor quality and unscrupulous landlords, and I'm glad about that. There are more planning restrictions in place now with the introduction of Article 4, which limits the number of HMOs, houses of multiple occupation, in an area. The good news for landlords with existing HMOs is it significantly increases the value of your property. We are due some tax reporting changes in 2026, with landlords having to report their property income and expenses to HMRC using online accountancy software quarterly from April 2026. I will report more on this next year, but don't worry, we are here to support you. In our business, we have to report VAT in this way with quarterly returns. And I can say it actually makes things quicker and easier, so don't be concerned about this. With high demand and tax changes on the horizon, rents are going up quickly. The November budget will be an important one for landlords and tenants, and we will keep you updated with this. Academics are lobbying for the government to soften their approach on taxation. With high rents and high property demand, this is great news for landlords. Rental property valuations are linked to rental income, so with rents rising, so are property values. 5-6 years ago, we were buying small student houses for around £100,000, spending sums of around £60,000 on them to modernise them, and these houses are now being valued at over £260,000 due to the rent increases and popularity in the local area. The rental house you buy today for £250,000 may well do the same in the next 5 to 10 years. My advice is to keep buying, keep building your portfolio, and keep reinvesting in your existing portfolio to ensure your properties are modern, on trend, and keep enjoying passive income as the property values increase over the years to come.